Hello and salut everybody. Welcome back to Chatting with Nicole. So this is my second topic for today. And I wanted to have this conversation because I had this before. I had similar topics with you before last year and even the previous year. We talked about this before. But I wanted to bring it back because I have seen a lot when I went to Africa, when I went to the villages, when I went to the small cities. I have seen a lot of this and it's very much a concern to me. All right. So I want to put this in a form of a question. Like I said in my previous video, I want to do a series of these questions. Before I do that, welcome back to Chatting with Nicole. If you have not subscribed, I want you to subscribe right now. Share this video, like, and also check out the rest of the videos. Thank you very much for being here. So the question of the day is, you have one life to live. How much of that do you want to spend on TikTok? Yes. You have one life to live. How much of that life, how much of it do you want to spend on TikTok? I know you may be saying, Nicole, it is not fair because TikTok is just like YouTube. And you are on YouTube, you want us to listen to you, to subscribe to your channel and support you. But then you are talking about how much we spend on TikTok. I get it. But I want you to stay open-minded. I want you to listen to me. I want you to hear me out. I know I am here talking to you on social media. YouTube is social media. And I know I post my videos on Facebook. I know it is not popular, it's not working the way I want to, but I do post it on the Facebook, and I try to do it on Instagram. I try to publish it wherever I can publish it because you guys are not helping me out. I ask you guys to share with everyone. You're not sharing, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. So I try to do those. So I am right now talking to you on social media. So I get it, I understand, but stay open-minded with me and hear me out. Okay. When I go into Africa, even the most rural areas, one thing I'm going to put out there, I am very glad and I am very proud that even the rural areas in Africa, most of the areas, there's an internet connection. So I am glad for that. It's just not fast. Sometimes it's difficult to get connection, but there are certain rural areas that you can actually get connected if you have the local SIM card and local data. So that's one thing that I am happy about when it comes to our African continent and countries and rural areas. So, and I travel and I did not share everything with you. It was impossible to share every single thing with you when I go to Africa. But what I noticed when I go to even the rural areas, even when, people don't even, are struggling to live, what I noticed is they have phones. You see the young people, young ladies and young women, young men, they have phones. And when you see them, when they're sitting, even when you look at them, they don't even have shoes on their feet. They are on their phones watching silly videos of TikTok. What I'm trying to say is, even when people in the rural area, in the villages, even when they don't have food to eat, when they get a few dollars, not dollars, whatever the currency is in their country, cities or, CFAs. That's in Togo is CFA, Ghana is cities, and Benin is CFA. So when they have a little bit of money, instead of buying food, instead of buying shoes to wear, instead of buying clothes, they use that to buy data. And on that data, they are getting TikTok, silly videos. And they are so addicted to these silly videos of TikTok. It is not educational videos. It is just silly videos to make them laugh, to make them, okay, let me put this way. First of all, let me put this disclaimer and said, I understand that is a lot of you are learning a lot on TikTok. There's a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of learnings that you are doing. There are a lot of things that are helping your life positively. Okay? But the stuff that are helping you positively is just a minimal. It's very small. Compare the things that are negative for you. The same thing with YouTube, with Facebook, with everything else, the rest of the social medias. Because remember, I have a video out there that says social media is really, it says social media, there's nothing social about it. Because even people who are addicted to social media, they're suffering right now, suffering with loneliness, with rejection. They don't even know who they are. There's so much wrong with social media when we label it social media than what it's supposed to be. So social media is really not doing what it's supposed to do. Keep in mind that I am aware that I am talking to you on YouTube, and YouTube is social media. And I am not here to just feed you the Kool-Aid. I am here to help make a difference, even if it's tiny bit difference in your life. So I am doing this topic because I notice even in the rural areas in Africa, TikTok is brainwashing our young people, young generation. TikTok has taken most of our lives, even in the villages. You see them, and I make it a point when I see young people on their phone just giggling in the rural areas or wherever. I make a point, I join them, I come close, and I just started talking to them. And you can see what they are watching is the silly videos, and it's making them laugh. That's it. So my question today is, I don't know what we need to do. I don't have a solution for you. I can only tell you what I feel. I can only point it out to you. But I want all of us to come together and figure out a solution here. So I am asking the question, my question, that's why I'm putting this question. You have one life to live. How much of that time are you going to spend on TikTok, on the silly videos? Because we are spending most of our days on TikTok. People do not have food to eat, but as soon as they come across, or they earn a little bit of cedis, a little bit of CFA, a little bit of dollars, they buy data. Instead of buying clothes, like I said before, instead of buying clothes and buying food and buying shoes to wear, they rather go buy data on their phone and sit and watch silly videos. That's how serious it is. I was in the presence of some young people. Right there, we were talking about serious things. All of them, they were just on their phones and laughing and giggling on silly videos. So what do we need to do? I don't understand. It's like TikTok, we have TikTok brainwashing our young people. And the worst part is even the parents are doing the same thing. We have silly videos. If you know me, if you have been sending me some silly video, TikTok video, and you don't see my reaction, it's because I'm not in it. I'm not in a silly videos and silly, videos and silly. I'm not in that. Anything that will not help my life, anything that will not make me feel better and make me do better things and make me improve, make me grow, make me be a better person, I am not interested. That's just waste of time for me. That's just for me. All right. So I am asking today, yes, I understand. Nowadays, we need social media. Yes. But there are selectives. There are things that we have to try to avoid. So my point here today is not everything on social media is good for you. That's my point. Not everything on social media that you have to get addicted to. That is my point. You have to be able to be disciplined enough to sort through the social media, the things that you can listen to. I have a niece of mine. She asked me for a phone. And one of the things she said, the reason why she needs the phone is to get TikTok, so that to get her mind, so that she can, it's for distraction and just, having a good time sometimes. She said that in Mejaka, my de Mejaka, in those of you who speak away, like to distraction, just the silly videos for distraction. That's one of the reasons that she wants a phone. Because of the silly videos on TikTok. There is a lot of you who are learning a lot through TikTok, through YouTube, through Facebook, which is good. So if you're learning good things about TikTok, to help your financial, spiritual, and physical health, physical life, professional life, it is good. Like here, what I'm sharing with you right now. It is good. But unfortunately, there are people who are learning the horrible stuff on TikTok, on YouTube, the stuff that are making you feel worse of you, be the worst part of yourself, and doing the worst thing for you, and the things that are destroying your life, unfortunately. And there's more of that than the good parts. There is a woman who was found, I heard this story from a valuable source. This story where a woman was learning a witchcraft on TikTok, and she was practicing a witchcraft on TikTok on her husband. And this was discovered. She was doing this and her husband had no idea. So there is a witchcraft practices. They're teaching witchcraft on TikTok. There's so many things that we are learning on TikTok. She was using it on her husband, and she's learning it on TikTok. So there's so many things that we are learning on TikTok. Again, remember what I said. I do know there are positive things that are being taught on TikTok. There are positive things that are being taught on YouTube. There are positive things that are being taught on, Facebook. There are positive things that are being taught on Instagram. So I get it. But the majority is just trash. I am sorry to say it, but it is the reality. I have to be honest with you. The majority of it is trash. The majority of it is getting us deeper. The majority of it is negative for our lives. The majority of it is not doing anything for our life. It's a waste of our time. I promise you, when you go back home, even here, when you are on the phone, even crossing the street, people are on their phone. Even crossing the street, you have accidents happen because they are watching on their phone, watching silly videos of TikTok. So I am here. I am asking you the question, my brother, my sister, my family. I am asking you today, we know we have one life to live. If you do have one life to live, how much of that do you want to spend on silly things on TikTok? How much of that do you want to spend wasting away on TikTok? So I am not here to condemn TikTok. I am not here to condemn YouTube. I am not here to condemn social media, because again, I want you to listen to me, right? Because I am here on social media. I am here speaking to you on social media. But what I want to do, I want to make aware. I want you to be aware of what you are doing, how much time you are spending on TikTok. I want to remind you of what you are learning, what you are getting out of this social media, out of TikTok, out of everything that you are watching every day. Because not all of it is good for you. Not all of it is helping you. Not all of it is helping your family. Not all of it is making you a better person. And in this life, especially this life, what is going on today, we want to watch things. We want to follow people who are making a difference in our life, who can help us grow spiritually, emotionally, and physically. So what I want you to do today, because a lot of you sent me silly videos, and if you notice that I never react and I never even touch them, this is why. Because It is a waste of time for me. It is a waste of time. So what I want you to do, I want you to wait. Look at the people that you follow on TikTok, the stuff that you watch on TikTok. I want you to watch, look at it. I want you to do an inventory. I want you to do a survey, right? Do a survey for me. Look at the stuff that you watch that are silly stuff, just to laugh for 1 second. Look at those stuff and look at the stuff that you actually watch that makes a difference in your life. That makes you want to grow. That makes you want to be a better person. That makes you want to love more. That makes you want to go to church. That makes you want to believe in God. That makes you want to make a difference in other people's life. Look at it and weigh them. First, look at how much hours, how much time you are spending on here, on those that silly stuff that is making you the worst person of your life. It's not changing your life for the better. And look at the stuff that you are actually learning. Sometimes you may not even look at the stuff. You may not even, it's going to blow your mind. So I want you to compare the hours that you spend watching certain videos, following certain people. And I want you to decide. I want you to realize how much time you're spending on silly stuff that is not doing anything in your life. That is making you even become the worst person of your life. So look at it and compare and make that judgment for yourself. Make that judgment for yourself. So if you are one of the people following witchcraft and then people telling you continue to profess positive things once every day, every second, every 5 hours or every 2 hours, and then things are just going to poof, come to you and things are just going to happen to you. You're just going to get a brand new car. You're just going to get a brand new house. You're just going to get a husband. You're just going to get a baby. You're just going to get this private jet. Think for yourself. Think for yourself. So I want you guys, I'm bringing this to you so that you can be mindful of the amount of time that you are wasting in your life. The amount of time that you are wasting on TikTok, on social media, on things that are not worthless, are not helpful to you, are not helpful to your family, are not helpful to your neighborhood, your city, your environment, your church, your life. So think about that, please. Guys, I know it is 2024. We have electric cars. You have self-driving cars. We have AIs. We have everything now. I get it. But believe it or not, at the end of the day, we still have to judge. We still have to be judged. We still have to be asked, what have you done in your life? What did you do with all this time that I gave you? What did you do with all the opportunities that I gave you? What did you do for other people? How did you serve other people? What did you learn? So I promise you. So I am asking you, if you have one life to live, how much of that are you spending on silly stuff, useless stuff, on TikTok, on social media? How much of that are you spending? How much of that how much of the time that you're supposed to be spending with your children, with your wife, with your child, with for your job, for your own personal, spiritual, and professional development that you are wasting on silly videos, on stupid videos, on witchcraft videos? How much of that are you spending? So I just want to bring this to your attention because it's very important. When I see that, and I tried to talk to my niece. I told her, I said, are you serious? Because of TikTok, you want a phone. So I just want you guys to just silly stuff. Specifically, she says silly stuff. So I want to bring your attention to here. I talked about it before. But we are so much into our gadgets, into our TikTok videos, into our social media, to the point where we are forgetting ourselves. We are forgetting what is more important in our lives. We are forgetting the human touch, the reality, the truth. the love, the compassion, the generosity, the humility we need to have for one another. We are putting that aside. We are neglecting that. So I need you. I'm doing this video to remind you, to bring you back to reality, for you to really look into your life and see how much of that are you wasting away. How much of that are you wasting away? Some of you need to unsubscribe to so many videos. Some of you need to start following so many people. Some of you need to just uninstall some of the ads. Even if it's my app is making you feel terrible, it shouldn't feel terrible. It should make you do better. But if it's making you feel that way, I don't want you to be here. If it's making you feel terrible, it's supposed to help you. Then I don't want you to listen to me. Then I will understand. But I want you, if you're not listening to me, you're listening to somebody else, you following somebody else, make sure that that person is actually making you a better person. That person is actually making a difference in your life, in your child's life, in your family's life, in your children's life, in your community's life. It's making you a better person. All right? So that's what I want to discuss with you today. So think about it and answer this question. If you have one life to live, how much of that do you want to spend on TikTok, on silly videos, on YouTube, on silly videos, on social media, on silly videos? How much of that do you want to spend wasting away? So please think about it. Do the inventory and make the right choice for you. Make the right choice for you, for your family, for your community, for your job. All right? I want you to share this video with everyone you know. Again, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed already. And also check out the rest of the videos. Stay safe and blessed. And I'll see you on the next one.